All right, welcome. It's still Galaxy today, away from the Posthumous Award for MKO Abiola. We are being joined by yet another Abiola on the show this morning, and we'll be looking at the power of synergy. We have a a life business and executive coach joining us this morning, Abiola Champ.
Salami.
Or salami or salami.
Salama.
It is salami, please. It's salami. It's not Italian cuisine. That one is salama. This is salami. And it means peace, by the way.
Oh,
so if you want peace, pronounce the name well.
Okay, salami. I get it.
Yeah. Oh, like seriously, just
all right.
Synergy. Yes.
Power of synergy.
Power of synergy. Okay, so let's start with the benefit of it. I mean, when you decide to have two people coming together, it could be a force, and it could also be a positive force or a negative force. But let's try to look at the benefit of it when it comes to teamwork.
Before talking about the benefit of it, it's very important to know exactly what is synergy. Because nowadays people like to drop words. Just drop a word and you'll be wondering, what does it mean? People drop words to confuse people. Synergy means the result that you get when two people work together as against the result you would get when you work in silos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is said that the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Meaning that for example, there are three of us in a team to work. And so Justin just faces his business, you face your business, and I mind my business. We could be good at what we do. But synergy is saying that when each of us just face our business, that the result we'll get will not be good enough as compared to when the three of us come together to face our business.
Okay, I need to understand this now. Okay, you've talked about coming together to achieve a bottom line, which is very good. What happens with the fact that back in the day we talked about comparative advantage? How does that really play out in this?
I mean, because everybody that should be on a team should have their area of competence,
Sure.
And so what even makes a team good is that everything you need, every skill required for the team to achieve the goal the team wants to achieve, all the skills required are within the team. So you can do something better or best when it comes to three of us. You do A best, I do B best, she does C best. There is that place. And there is the place of everybody now bringing what we can do, what is our own absolute or comparative advantage. Thank you for taking me back to elementary class. What is our absolute or comparative advantage, bringing it to the table together and working it together. See, the key thing about synergy is one, that you understand that everybody has their unique area of contribution to achieving the goal, and two, ensuring that people don't work in silos. It is said that teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay, so but when we talk synergy here, how do you manage weaknesses when it comes to teamwork?
Okay.
How do you manage weaknesses?
Okay.
Because some people might just want to hide under those that are working.
That work, exactly. You're the one doing it, and like what we discussed last time, but then it's on faces, someone else's face.
Okay. You always have weak links in teams, right? And it is said that a team is as strong as its weak link. So you always have weak links. So look at a chain, for example. Chain, everybody knows chain. Any item of any strand, that is weak, makes the entire chain to break. So what you want to do in a team is to ensure that everybody's weakness is compensated somehow for someone's strength.
How do
you
do
don't
that?
have to be good at everything, but you have to be good at something. You have to be good at something. So if you're someone that nobody can say this is what you are good at, I mean, in no time the person will be out of the team. And about synergy, there's one very important thing that we need to pay attention to, which is the climate that the team is building, the climate within the team. Some have defensive climates, right? And some have a very comfortable climate. And the way to think about the climate within teams is not just looking at the team lead, because that is what we do most times. We think it's the responsibility of the team lead to build a proper climate within a team. but it is the responsibility of every individual in the team to build a supportive climate. So there's supportive climate, there is defensive climate. When in the team you are building a supportive climate, both the team members and the team leader, their contribution, their pattern of communication. You know, we talked about climate, right? What gives the supportive or defensive climate is the pattern of communication within the team. For example, to build a supportive team, you want to be sure that the conversations in the team, people pay attention to others. So it is not just about the boss paying attention to what the team members are saying. It is also about the team members paying attention to what the boss is saying. And you know, we find ourselves in this situation when we have a boss, you know, somewhere. People always like to point finger. It is true that everything rises and falls on leadership, right? The boss. But the boss alone cannot achieve anything. It is the boss in collaboration with, you know, all the other team members that can achieve the goal. And the entertainment industry, you know, tells us a lot that we can learn about synergy, about collaboration. The favorite word that you hear around is collabo. Every now and then, you find some new entrant into the industry collaborating with a legend in the industry. Every now and then, you will find two people on the same level, right, collaborating together, you know, to do something. Every now and then, you will find two legends, you know, working together to achieve something. Why do they do that? They understand that as much as this person has worked over the years, he has built his brand, he's attractive to a particular demography, and so the other person is looking at, I have done my work too, I am appealing to a particular demography, but if we come together to do one track, you know, it will, apart from the fact that the skill set, right, will produce something different from when the two of them individually produce a single, also the audience, the people that will pay, right, people that will consume whatever it is they are producing, also will be more. And it will even be the talk of the town that, hey, two people are collaborating, especially when there's an issue between them some time ago.
Okay, but let's look at teamwork and synergy, specifically for corporate settings, business, you know, even family fronts. To, you know, how do you begin to select people that you can actually work with without issues, that you can actually trust, you know, to help you even when you're not there? How do you begin to look out for those people that will not ordinarily, you know, go behind you and betray you?
Okay, so
loyalty.
When recruited, three things are important for the candidate. One, you need to be able to establish the level of knowledge of this individual. Two, you want to be able to establish how skillful this person is. Three, you want to understand and find out how, the attitude of this individual. Even before finding out those three, the first thing to do is to find out what gap do you want to fill. So what is the need within the team? What is it that needs to be done that you don't have somebody to do it? So that will guide the search for the particular individual to do it. Because there's something we call in HR practice, PURE, pure. You previously unidentified recruitment error. Previously unidentified recruitment error. There are people who are recruited into a role, and one, they did not have the competence to function in that role. Perhaps because the people recruiting them didn't clearly define what they need people for. You know, some people just say, oh, I need more people. You know, I need more people. I need more people in my team. What exactly do you need the person for, or the people for? That has to be clear. Then that's where you now talk about the knowledge, skill, and attitude. And guess what? You can excuse knowledge gap. You can excuse skill gap to an extent, but please, you cannot excuse attitude. You know, it's either the person has a great attitude and the person is in, or the person has a bad attitude and the person is out. Because if you recruit based on great attitude, any skill and any knowledge can be gained. It was said that the illiterate of the 21st century won't be about those that can neither read nor write, about people that cannot learn, relearn, and unlearn. Meaning that if you recruit someone with a great attitude, even if the person does not have the skill and the knowledge, the person is willing to learn. The person is not too low. You know the people they call ITK, right? The person is not full of himself or herself. The person is willing to learn. You know, and there are some people, they don't know what they think they know, and they cause big trouble for the team.
All right, then, how about the place of boundaries? You did say that for instance, the three of us are coming together to do something, we both have our competent skills, but there should be boundaries whenever there's a teamwork.
Okay.
Are there supposed to be some kind of boundaries, or you just allow, as long as the work is going fine, you just allow things?
Okay. So to ensure synergy in the team, it is important for roles to be clearly defined. Right? It is important for roles to be clearly defined. It is also important to know that the goal is more important than the role. There's a goal that we are trying to achieve. Then every member of the team, their roles should be clearly defined, that this is what you should do, this is what you should do, and this is what the other person should do. So the three of us will now come together at the end of the day to see that the goal is achieved. That said, it is important to know that the goal we want to achieve is more important than the roles that we have been assigned. Meaning that tomorrow, the role you were given could change and be given to me to do, to make sure that that goal is achieved. But many people become fixated on their roles, that they don't allow the goal of the team to be achieved. Many people become fixated because, I mean, there could be a reason for a change, maybe for competence level. Maybe you were supposed to do 3 things, you've done all 3, and I'm still struggling with the 2 that I have, you know, and perhaps while we started the conversation, you were adjudged to be more competent in something than me, and the result shows that no, that I'm probably more competent, that what I'm still struggling with, you would have done it faster, and what you did well, I could do it well too, so there could be swap. So what team members need to know is that the goal of a team is more important than the role. What team leaders need to know is to develop the courage, no matter the affinity, to develop the courage to move people around within their team so far it is with the eyes on the goal. Not with anything personal, but eyes on the goal.
So who is responsible for achieving some synergy in a team?
So everybody in the team contributes to the synergy of the team based on the pattern of communication. I talked about attention the other time, right? Another thing about contributing with the pattern of communication is flexibility, which is when I talk about the role. I mean, the goal is more important than the role. There's some people that are fixated. Once you tell them that this is what they're doing, they want to sit down there forever and ever. But it's important to know that today, I mean, for example, in Galaxy TV, and I need to applaud you guys, you know, both of you,
Thank
you know, and some other presenters I know. Now you're on the show. Later on, you'll be on the news, right? Later on, you'll be on something else, right? Now, it is important for people to be flexible, such that you don't come into a place like this, for example, and you say all you can do is you present you anchor a show, right? There are other things that needs to be done. Now, based on the work that needs to be done, it is important for team members to be flexible enough to even learn more if you cannot do it yet, to even learn more so that the goal of the team will be achieved.
How do you handle a rigid team member?
So it's about giving opportunities again and again and again. And at some point in time, when you have tried your best. Because another thing that team leaders should do, for team leaders, another thing team leaders should do is to develop the courage, not just the compassion. There's the compassion to give more opportunities, to counsel, to coach, to train, to give several opportunities to see where this person can fit in. But it's also important to develop the courage after you have tried your best, you have done all in your power, you realize that this person is not moving. It's important to develop the courage and advise the person to probably move to another team, you know, to foster his career or her career. It's important to develop that courage. Compassion is critical, which is you give opportunities, but also courage is important to make certain decisions when the time comes.
Okay, in all of this, where is the place of evaluation and monitoring?
Good. Now, it is said that a goal, I mean, one of the things about goal, S-M-A-R-T, measurable. M is measurable. Because to know that you're even achieving your goal, to know how well you did, to know what you can do better, it's important to measure and evaluate. That's the place of appraisal, right? While appraisals happen in some organizations twice in a year, it is as an activity, it is important that for every goal, for every target set, that there is proper monitoring and evaluation to know what can be done better. One of the favorite ways to call it in entertainment and show, in the media, say we are doing post-mortem. You know, so after a show or after a program or after a project, then everybody sits down. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? The purpose is not to point fingers. The purpose is to correct mistakes and get better. You know, because I believe that life is not about good or bad, but it's about better and better and better. But most people, when they want to do that appraisal, you're talking about evaluation, it is about pointing fingers. You did this wrong. You did that wrong. And even if somebody has done something wrong, there's a way to give feedback to people. I call it CRC, which is commend, recommend, and commend. No matter how bad this individual has performed that day, there's something good the person did. Begin with that. Then make a recommendation, not just that you are spotting an error. Make a recommendation. There's a difference between how you spot an error and how you make a recommendation. When you are spotting an error, you are finger pointing. You are telling the person you are bad, you are wrong. When you're making a recommendation, you are saying this is what happened, but you can do it better this way. Recommendation always suggests something positive to be done. Error, finger pointing always talks about the problem. Recommendation is about the solution. Then, of course, you commend the person again, so that evaluation and monitoring works well.
All right. Can we still bring it down home?
Okay.
As per the home front now, how do we ensure synergy between the father, the mother, and when there are children, the kids?
You know, this is very encouraging that Justin, you know,
I was going to say, it looks like Justin is...
you know,
Okay,
this
but
is-
just answer me.
this is really encouraging. No, Justin, I should say, you know, I've not seen you for some time. I should say I'm proud of you.
yes.
You know, and you know, I'm proud of you because now Uche will not harass you for what we.
No, I still do.
Okay.
You
You
know,
know.
I still do.
Now, how to ensure synergy? You see, in the family, on the family front, I realized that for the most part, people are not truthful with themselves. To ensure synergy, there are many other stakeholders in the family,
Yes.
much more than the husband and the wife.
Right.
But we pay little or no attention to those people. As wife, for example, it could happen that you're having a discussion with your husband and you're not getting through. You know, you're seeing it this way, he's seeing it the other way. What happens then is that it will lead to a conflict. Whereas there's some other people that are very important that may help you to influence him better. These people, if his mom is still alive, right? If maybe a closest sister, a closest relative to him. But these days, people don't want to hear that. Once I am married to you, it is you and I. And no marriage actually succeeds without some form of, you know, help, assistance, guidance, you know, from some other people who have been there, especially people of interest. So in building that synergy, it is important to know that, yes, the husband, you respect the opinion of your wife. The wife will respect the opinion of your husband. And please let's turn our family to the gender empowerment platform. And, you know, please, because your family is your family. The conversations and pop culture and out there, some people even lie with the things they say about women and the things they say about men. And when you bring those errors into your own family you know, to run your home, you may just hit the rock, you know, 100% of the time. So let us know that each person should respect each person, and it's important to honor yourselves, to love yourselves, and also to listen, to know that you don't know enough, to listen to trusted people, trusted allies. And when there's a conflict, please don't immediately rush, you know, out to go and tell somebody your side of the story. Because most times your side of the story is not true. Because there's some emotion you've added to it, you've exaggerated in some way to paint the other person bad.
But that doesn't mean that you're saying that they should involve a third party and every time when there's an issue or something.
No, that's not what I said, which is why I concluded by saying that anytime there's conflict, please don't rush out, you know, to go and talk to people. You know, you can resolve your conflict within yourself, except it is so serious and you want to ensure that the people you will engage are people, not people of interest this time around, not the mother-in-law and the sister, because people like to be in camps, you know. So you want to get maybe like a professional, you know, a trusted person to have a conversation with. But most times the conflict is not so bad, but we aggravate it with the way we deal with it.
All right. Well, we must say a very big thank you to you, Abiola. You know, today is just about the
it's an
Abiolas.
Abiola
You know.
day, you know.
But we are completely out of time. We say many thanks for being a part of the show. So I now know how I can manage Uche better.
Like
you know,
seriously,
and then
Justin.
tolerate some of her excesses sometimes, in quotes, so we can achieve teamwork and synergy. And she should stop harassing me even
But
on air.
are you sure she doesn't think you have excesses?
Like seriously,
Well,
Justin,
don't we all?
He missed me. Not while he was around. He missed me.
Don't we all? Don't we all? That is much as we can take on the show today. Many thanks to you, Abiola Chamsalami. He is a life and executive and business coach, and we have been talking about the power of synergy and teamwork. Before that, we had guests who discussed the posthumous award for the late MKO Abiola. Many thanks to Abomumin Abiola and, of course, Comrade Femi Lawson. Just to announce some of the winners who have won tickets to go see Avengers. I have about 4 names here. I am _Are Olushola. And, of course, another one here is Easy Music. Official Babs Zizi, or is it 33? Official Bab 33. My writing is better than this. Okay, and of course we have Kayode Stephen. Right, that's our show for today. I am Justin Akadonye. Many thanks for being a part of it.
And of course, remember that you can still be a winner to go see the movie Avengers. All you just have to do is take yourself a picture of you watching Galaxy Television, and of course tag us at official Galaxy Television, at Media Reach, and at Coca-Cola. And just win yourself tickets, or a ticket to see Avengers.
I wish I could get a.
Oh, come on, don't wish. Don't wish, Justin.
I mean, some wishes could come true.
Go pay and watch the movie. We'll see you tomorrow when we'll do entertainment.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.